Most people quit their business in the first 90 days, not because they aren't good enough, but because they focused on the wrong things. So if you're trying to get your first 5, 10, or even 50 clients, here's what matters right now. You are in the most dangerous phase because you're putting in the effort, but you're not seeing the results yet. And if you expect quick wins, then you're going to give up before you ever see the fruits of your labor. The key is to track what you can control, which is your inputs, because focus is a force multiplier and what you focus on compounds. By the way, this video is part of my series called How to Build an Online Business from Scratch. In the last video, you learned how to close. Now we'll talk about protecting your time and attention in this early acquisition phase. And next, we'll cover how to deliver so well that your clients will tell everyone they know about you. If you want to check out the whole series, there's a link to the playlist down below. But let's get right into it. So how should you prioritize your focus? Well, like we just kind of went over, you should focus on your inputs over your outcomes because you don't control the outcomes like your sales. If you post content, likes, replies, you don't control that. Practice some stoicism here. You do control your inputs. DMs sent, calls made, content posted, how many videos you're posting a week, whatever your outreach method is or your marketing method is, that's what you can control and that's what you should be focused on. Sales is a lagging indicator. Inputs are leading indicators. So you're not going to be getting a lot of sales early on. It's kind of all going to snowball at once. And when that happens, you want to be prepared for it. But for now, you should be focusing on your inputs so you can make it to that point and so you don't give up before you get there. And that's why for now, you should also keep it very simple because everything will change. None of this will be the same. You don't need fancy funnels or automations yet. You need eyeballs. You need attention because you want to have conversations. You want to be able to present your offer to people. Complex systems don't solve the no client problem. If people don't know you exist, then the system doesn't matter, right? Volume is what matters. And you can sell one product to one avatar on one platform and easily make $10 million a year. I promise you, it's not only possible, it's actually pretty likely because if you focus on one platform, you'll learn it, you'll get better at it, and your growth will be exponential. And to be honest, you're probably not doing enough volume. The volume required is always going to be higher than you think because you never actually see how long it took someone or how much work they did to get where they are. You know, even the most extreme examples like Mr. Beast, he posted content on YouTube for years before it really took off. And this applies to pretty much everyone. Obviously, there are very, very few outliers, but this will work if you just commit and you put in the inputs and you do it until you make it to that point. And I'm very confident that if you actually put in the effort to do this, you will make it there. Everyone does. The problem is they just give up too early. Some people, just to kind of break your belief system, some people are doing thousands of cold emails monthly, 100 plus pieces of content weekly, 200 plus cold calls daily. Hopefully this kind of resets your expectations. And the goal here isn't to scare you or to make you think that it's so much work that it's impossible. What I'm doing here is trying to help you realize that if you post a few pieces of content and you don't get any traction or you make a few calls and you just keep getting rejections or they don't answer or whatever, that's not a sign that your offer isn't good. That's not a sign that nothing's working. You probably just haven't put in enough volume to actually get enough data back to use that data to improve, right? So do this, track what you're doing daily and review it weekly, and you'll see results sooner than you probably think. Right now, the main constraint is attention, and there's always one bottleneck in every business, and this is where your focus should be. So you need to get your offer in front of the right people and deliver for those people, because doing anything else is procrastination, and probably because you're avoiding rejection and you're avoiding failure. So make it easier on yourself. Pick 1 to 2 growth levers. Ideally, pick one at first and just focus on one so you can build processes and get really good at it. Pick from one of the 4 methods, whether it's warm outreach, cold outreach, content, or ads, and do the rule of 100. If you haven't seen my marketing video in the series, the rule of 100 is you basically do 100 actions every day for 100 days straight, and you iterate continuously. So whenever you get results, you get rejections or whatever, you look at why you may have gotten that rejection and just try to improve, try to iterate. This will help you make it through the expectation gap because most people quit because they have unrealistic expectations. They don't expect to hear no 100 times, 1,000 times and get ghosted, ignored over and over again. And to kind of get this out there, over 50% of YouTube channels don't make it past their first 20 videos. And to be honest, in most niches, the YouTube algorithm doesn't even have a chance to really understand what you're talking about until the first 20, 30, or maybe even 40 videos. So they don't even really give themselves a chance. And they thought they were behind. They thought it wasn't working, but actually they were really on track. And for this to be sustainable, you're going to have to reframe failure as data. Every good call that went bad, every video that bombs, sale that doesn't close, just see it as data. Try to understand why it happened and improve on it. You can't take it personally. It's just part of the process. And this is probably the most literal example of just follow the process. And like with every video, I like to leave you with a set of action steps. For this one, choose 1 to 2 inputs that drive visibility, so DMs, calls, content, and ideally focus on one at first if you're not proficient at it yet. Then create a simple daily tracker. You can use Notion. Obviously, I like Notion, but you can use anything you want. Spreadsheets, whiteboards, some other software, whatever's good for you. Then actually do the 100 for at least 100 days. So that means 100 minutes of content, 100 warm outreaches, 100 cold outreaches, or 100 minutes spent on ads if you don't have $100 in ad spend to spend each day. Review your input volume and track your improvements weekly. So look at your inputs. Don't worry about your outcomes yet. They're coming. Don't worry. And expect rejection and ghosting. Just mentally prepare yourself for this. Be ready because it's going to happen. And I don't want you to quit because you get down in the dumps whenever this happens to you. It's going to happen a lot. You just got to build a strong muscle, to stand up against it, and you'll be fine. Every day you iterate and make progress is a win. So stay focused, stay consistent, and trust the numbers. Next up, we're diving into how to actually deliver a great product. But if you want my help to figure out the best way to attack this, I am taking free one-on-one calls right now. I also have my community available if you want to reach me there. If you're interested in any of that, check out the links below in the description. And if you got value out of this video, don't forget to subscribe. We've got phase 4 on scaling coming up next.